Hi everyone and welcome back to TopRcHobby. Today we are going to review a mini series of warbird, and that is the P51 Mustang. This one is straight out of the factory with some updates. Of course, we did test the version 1, wasn't that good. They have been working on it and now it really should be improved. So the box has some cool pictures. As you can see on the package, you can see that it has a 6-axis gyro system, 1 key aerobatics. That means you can just push a button on your radio and the plane will do some sort of aerobatic movements. Durable EPP, that we can say is real because we tested the other two and they really handle a big smack. Ready to fly, of course. It comes with a radio, battery, charger and the airplane. So here you have a good bang for your buck. The P51 Mustang ready to fly, of course. And for you guys that are very observant, you can see that we have the Spitfire here and the Messerschmitt here. And both are from this series of 3 planes. In the back of the box you can see you have the radio, you have batteries for the radio, you have a spare propeller, you have the wheels and you have the charger. We're going to go through it a little bit later. A great manual with pictures, explanations, how to do, how to fly, what to not to do and so on. Cool. Also how to mount the adapter and the spare prop, of course, which can be sometimes important. So let us see. I definitely see that it is a blue nose. Actually, they are so cool. They are small though, but they are cool. And the silver and the blue color, it really pops out. Beautiful. You can also see that here you have the slots for the wheels. We were talking about it during the test flights of these 2 other planes. That I guess if you are flying in a park or something like that, do not use the wheels. I think you're better off without them. And you don't have a steerable tail wheel. That makes it a bit hard to taxi, even on flat surfaces. So I would recommend flying it without the wheels. You just toss it with a half throttle or a little more, and you're good to go. But another problem which I told TopRc Hobby is that you have this servo which is very exposed to hard landings or landings on flat surface or grass without the wheels. It could be a smart idea to glue a plastic piece that goes up a little bit, so when the plane lands on the surface, you won't hit the servo. Anyhow, beautiful. And the radio has an aerobatic button here. And also here you have a 3-position switch. One is when it's set at 0, it's for expert. That means no gyro. Mid has gyro, but you can roll with it and do aerobatic stuff yourself. And the beginner at 2, there you can't roll and you will have limited bank on the airplane or bank on the movements. So cool. But I recommend you to read the manual because there are some other functions on the radio. So do that before you start up the plane and make sure that you know your system. Here you have a spare prop with also a spare prop safe system like this one. So if this one breaks, you have one in spare, and you have the click-on propeller for the adapter. So when you click it on, like, let me see if I can show you, just snap it on and you're good to go. 4 batteries for the radio, USB charger, and 3.7 volts. Jesus, it's so hard to see. 400 milliamp battery. These are 1-cell LiPo batteries. These are easy to get on the internet. You really want more of them. Main gear and the tail wheel. And of course a small screwdriver. So that is what's in the box. That little screwdriver that came along with the kit is for the safety pin on the radio. Like that. These are cool park flyers, and they take very little place to bring around. Actually, I wish that they did a series also of the Cessna and the Cub and so on. So the battery is storage charge when you get it in the box, so you really want to charge it up. The first charge takes an hour or so. So in the belly here you have the battery hatch, and you have a wire and sort of room for the battery. Not much, but a little room. You can see the motor for the plane in here. I believe that it's geared. Yes. And there are 2 wires getting out of the motor, and you really want to make sure that you don't nick those out of the motor. So be careful when you put the battery down. So immediately now I can see that the mode settings are set at beginner, and I can see that everything is working nicely. So let us test the motor. To activate the motor, you have to pull the throttle stick all the way up and down. Then you get this beep, and now let me see if we can focus. Yes. See this little nip up here? You can pull this off and you will have access to the servos and the gyro plates. Everything is in one board there, you can see. Okay, there's only one thing to do, and that is head up to the airfield, do the test flights, see how it handles, and yeah, we are good to go. Today we are out with the 3rd plane of the Warbird series from TopRc Hobby, and that is the P51 Mustang. We don't have any cameraman today, so I'm going to put the GoPro on my cap, and hopefully we will do a great review anyhow, but let's just do a flight and see how it goes. We are in the mid setting now. A little bit of trim. Actually, it flies great. It's better than the previous 2. Beautiful. So it's a small crosswind here now, not too much to talk about, but actually that ain't bad. Well, it won't do aerobatics manually in the midsection, so let me try to flip it over in Pro or Expert. She's quite agile, easy on the sticks. Back again on mid. That was crazy. Now we have it in beginner. Much more input. You need much more input to be able to fly it, but she flies so great. Look at that. And this is in beginner mode. But I'm wondering why we can't roll in mid rates. We should be able to roll. That could be a firmware. Error. You can update these gyros. Let's land. Beautiful. The aerobatic button. She actually wants to go over there, but she still want to go to the left. But anyhow, so we finally got out to test the P51 Mustang from the Mini Warbird series from TopRcHobby.com. My favorite for now. It flies great and it's also easy to land. There has been some updates. This is the version 2 and I believe that it's very good to fly. And yes, of course, since these are smaller and perhaps also cheaper and you get them with spare props and so on, just make sure to buy some extra batteries. For me, I like this one. I like this one the best, but there is 2 more coming, so we have to test them out as well. But for now, the P51 is definitely my favorite of the Mini Warbird series.